I am back for my second video tutorial. This one is kind of unexpected because I only came up with the design 2-3 days ago, I think. And I thought, yes, I need to make it and I'll publish it, and it's quite easy, so I'll do this one first and then I'll get back to the other ones that I promised. So here we have, I called it Nazira in honor of one of my wonderful, wonderful friends. She lives in Austria now, so if she watches, I hope this will give her a smile. And I made them in this, I mean, it's colorful, but the colors are also quite, I mean, you can't really call it neutral. It's colorfully neutral or neutrally colorful. I don't know. I just like it. I like it. Let's have a look at the list of materials. This one is so easy and it's really quick to make, and I think you're going to like the pathway. Oh, why don't I tell you about the pathway now? So we're going to start. We have here our 4 quad bows. In the middle we have a silky. I have like an earring post you can have with a loop. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter which one. I just happen to have one that's the same color as the turquoise I used in the silky and the dagger. But if it was just golden or violet or I don't know, I think it'll go either way. Like if here we are without it. So it's still a pretty looking earring. All right then. So here we are. Oh yes, I meant to talk to you about the pathway. So we're going to start with our thread starting here. We're going to call this quad bow 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going through the first hole of the first, and then up through the first hole of the second quad bow, and then we're going down the second and second and third and fourth, and we just keep meandering. So we're going up and down, up and down, up and down, and then we turn around, and then we go right back, and then we do some finishing stitches in a circle and tie off the thread in this corner, pull, make a couple of knots, and it's gonna be done. So really quite simple. I hope you'll make it and let people know that this is Angelina Croft design. So here we are. Let's start. Okay, it would be good if I sat down. I'm going to try and keep everything in the frame. I have this nice little square of my cork mat. Right, so we're going to start by laying out the beads. Right, so here, oh, another note. If you see here, we have this lovely lacy kind of branches going through the quad bows, in between the quad bows and the silky. You're welcome to color just, some of them. You don't have to color the same combination I did. Here I wanted to emphasize that lovely chevron kind of or rhombus shape that the silky has, so I made these turquoise little arrow shapes. In this one was my original prototype for it, so I started here, and then I had 3 silkies here, so you can do it like this, something like this. The other thing you can do is turn it into a bracelet. You don't have to have this or this, and then you can have just a continuous bracelet. Just keep going. You'll see it's very, very easy to go from one to the other if you just have like a little line of beads going here, and then they can intersect here, and you can even have like a little navette shape. I'll see if I can do the bracelet tutorial at one point too, because I think this would really make a beautiful bracelet with like little points. But what I want to show here is that this one has all the same colors, so it is a different look. And I think another nice look would be is if you had, for example, everything gold or everything, you know, whatever your main color is, but then see there's like a bow here in the middle, and then you can make that a completely different color. By the way, if someone wants to know what other color, if you want to make them more colorful, these ones, then like a coral or a pinky peach color would go extremely well here. The gold here is very muted. It's the champagne gold. I wish I could remember the number. Everyone knows it. It's 15 champagne gold, which is it's quite a neutral gold. It's not a sort of yellow in your face, and it's not super bright like silver, so it's quite muted. And if you use this and you use lavender and turquoise, so another color you can add to this would be a lovely peachy pink. I should have prepared an example, but oh yes, I can show you, for example, from here, how beautiful it would look with some of the peachy pinks. So I have like here this dagger, and if you look at it, it has like, well, it has many different colors. It sort of goes from peachy to greenish, but it's really beautiful. And if you take and replace, this one would go, how do I show it to you? Well, here, side by side. This one would go very well and would make these even more interesting. I decided to keep them quite neutral because to honor my friend, who is extremely beautiful but very, very humble about it. So I don't know. I hope she enjoys these earrings. I don't want to seem too presumptuous that she would like them. Oh, let me move these daggers out of the way. But so here I am with my now long introduction. That's kind of becoming a customary thing. Maybe in the future I'll try to keep introductions shorter. But here we are. Let's start. So we have our quad bows. All right, check the holes, okay? Check that all the holes are clear. If they're not, you can pierce them with the needle. You can try. It doesn't always work, but I haven't had the time yet that actually it didn't work. So most of the time it should work. So here we are. We have all the holes. We have our silky with the 2 holes here. Yes. Okay, and we have our dagger. So what we can do is just place them like this as an outline. And we're going to call this one our first quad bow, second, third, and fourth. Okay? And we'll have holes going 1, 2, 3, 4. And the same on this is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going left to right. And on this quad bow, the holes will go 1, 2, 3, 4 to the farthermost sort of right. And on this one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So you'll see it's super easy. There's a lot of explanation, but that's just because I can't stop talking, I guess. So anyway, we have, as usual, I leave 6-inch tail. And first what I'm gonna do is go through my first hole of the first quad bow, going up. Okay, so here we are, going up. I've got my 6-inch tail. If you need a stop bead, of course, by all means use it. I never use really stop beads. I don't find it a problem, but yeah, let's leave this one out here just to keep an eye on that. So we went through the first hole. We pick up 4 gold, the champagne gold 50 notes, 4 champagne gold, 1 turquoise 50 note, that's from here, and then 4 more champagne gold 50 notes. Oh, I've got a straight delica in here that I better remove before I insert it into my design. Right, another thing I really hope is that I do keep within this square, so let's try and do this. Okay, so we go through the first, we go through the second, sorry, quad bow. Okay, first hole of the second quad bow. Right, we have our tail here, and I'm going to just tie it like this, and then so we have this at the moment. We are working with the first and the second quad bows. Okay, then we pick up 3 gold 50 notes. By the way, I'm working today with 6-pound fire line, forgot to mention. So, and that's it really makes helps make design very sturdy, although it's pretty sturdy with the normal thread that I tried here. That's quite soft, but it definitely stiffens it much more. So I have 6-pound, 4-pound will work well. I would not use 6-pound because I'm not sure you'll be able to go through the 50 notes multiple times. Okay. Right, let me check on here that I do have my... Oh yes, the length of the thread that I started with was 40, yes, 40 inches. That's right. So here we are. This is what we have now. Okay. Then we went through the second hole of the second quad bow, and we pick up 4 50 notes. We go then through the silky, and then we pick up another 50 note, and we go through the second hole of the first quad bow. Oh, my tongue is it's like explaining these tutorials is like doing tongue twisters. Right, so here we are. I'm gonna try and keep everything on the mat, that way I think it'll be more clear to you guys. Don't pull too hard at this point. There's no need for that. So there, 4, and then we have 4, 2, 3, 4 50 notes again. Oh my lord, I just found another delica in there. Okay, don't know what's happened. I'll put them in here for now. Okay, I just moved my mat. I better check that you still have a good view here. Yes, okay. So the silky, it's up to you if you want to use it with this little line on top or in the back. There are also some silkies that don't have this bump, just flat ones. Like for example, in this design, it's completely flat, but it's also like that rhombus, so it's got lines going across the corners rather than parallel to the sides. So anyway, 4 50 notes, and we go into the second hole. Let's try and hold this down. Oh, and the needle I have, that's size 12 colorized again, because that's my favorite needle. I've explained that before, I think. So we have this, we have 4. Did I do 4? I was supposed to do 5. Okay, let's quickly go back. Okay, just pretend that I have erased this part. Just go right back through it. Ignore what I did in the last few seconds. Okay, never mind. Here we are. So we have 5 50 nodes. Sorry, going through the silky. I thought, why was I doing 4 50 nodes? Yeah, silly. And then we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm gonna try and concentrate now and just carry on with the pattern rather than get distracted with other things. So here we are. We'll see how it looks. Okay, here we are. This is how it looks now. So we have 4 gold 50 nodes, 1 turquoise, 4 gold. Here we have 5 gold and 5 gold on either side of silky. So yes, that's what. Then here, from coming out of the second hole of the first quad bow, we pick up 2 50 nodes. Okay, and we go through the third hole. So we just basically keep going, so going through each hole consequentially. Okay, consequently, I don't know. Let's pretend you understand what I'm saying. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 gold 50 nodes, and yes, 4. This time it's 4. Okay, I think I keep moving the mat. Okay, so 4 50 nodes, and what we need to do is go through that 1 50 node that's just outside the silky, go up and go through the 50 node that's on the upper side of silky. Okay, right. Try to keep it all together. Okay. Right, I'm gonna pull on my you don't need to pull too much at this point, but here we are. So that's what we have at the moment. So we had 4 50 nodes that went into the 50 node that was already there right next to silky, and we're coming out of the 50 node that's just outside on the other side of silky. Now we pick up 4 50 nodes, and we go into the third hole of the second quad bow. Okay, and I'll show you in a second what we have right now. Right, this is what we have right now. Okay, now we take 3 50 nodes and we go through the fourth hole of the second quad bow. Okay. Now we pick up 3 50 nodes and we go into here, just to put them back so that you see, and we go into the first hole of the third quad bow. So we go into this hole here. Make sure you orientate them the way I have them orientated here. Okay. Now what we do here is we pick up 10 50 nodes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we go right back into the last hole of the second quad bow. Fourth hole of the second quad bow. Ah, it flew off. Right. Then we go through the first and third 15-0. Okay, let's do it one by one. Okay, first and third 15-0, and right back out of that first hole of the third quad bow. You do need to keep it pinched down. So this, by going through the first and third of these 15-0s, it brought them together, and now we have this lovely little picot. Okay, now we need to do a little picot on top up here, but we also have a couple of side picots there, so we go through two 15-0s here, then we go through two more 15-0s. Oh, sorry, we skip one, then we go through two more. So sometimes some things I say and they stay inside my head, and they don't come out. And I expect you to just read my mind. Okay, well, that picot just went on the other side. Let's push it onto the outside. There. Here we are. That's better. Okay, so that's where we are now. Then we take one 15-0 and we go through two next two 15-0s, and that creates that little picot in the middle. And then we skip one and we go through two last ones in that original set of 10. Okay, let's see if we can tighten it, and then you can see where we are. Right, so here we are. That's that. The top is done. So we went through two, skipped one, went through two more, added one, went through two, skipped one, and went through two more. Now we need to go back inside this hole, the fourth hole of the second quad bow. Okay, now we just simply go through the first and third, fifth. Okay, I hope I'm showing it still. First and third 15-0. Yeah, since I'm going pretty slowly, so feel free to skip ahead to the next step. I mean, it's pretty, what takes the longest time is for me to actually pull my needle through and tighten. So at this point, we really want to tighten it well, okay? We want to tighten this whole part pretty well. So at this point, we still have that end coming out from the first quad bow, second, third. So now we are working on the third quad bow, and then we'll go through the silky and join the fourth quad bow. Okay, so what do we have here? We need to pick up 3 15-0s of your gold 15-0s. go through the second hole of the third quad bow. Now we pick up 5, 50 nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then we go through the silky from the top, going down, and then we pick up 5 more, 50 nose, 5, and then we pick up our fourth last quad bow, and we go through, so it's inclined this way, we go through the hole here. Okay, this is what we pick up. Come on. So this is what we have at the moment. Okay, now, and I'm sorry, I went through the wrong hole. Ugh. Of course I went through the wrong hole. Right. Well, I mean, I could have waited till I got much better at making videos, or you can make this now and struggle through this with me. At least you can skip and go back and forth. So I'm sorry, the fourth quad bow, we're going not through the first, we're going through the second hole. Okay, so that's what we have. We go through the second hole. Now we pick up 2. If in doubt, it should be completely symmetrical at this point. You see, we are just matching the pattern on this side with this side. Okay, right, so we pick up the whole thing, we go through, once you've made the first one, believe me, it's going to be so easy to make the second earring, third, fourth, and so on. So we went through the third hole of the fourth quad bow. Then now we are taking 4 gold 50 nose. 4 gold 50 nose, and like on the other side, we go through the first 50 nose below the silky and first 50 nose right above the silky, and coming out like this. Here we can tighten it well. Okay. Don't know why this one keeps curving. Didn't have this issue with the other earring. Okay. Right. So now we pick up 4 50 nose, which you probably were already could predict that, and we go through the third hole of the third quad bow. Here we are. Now we take 3 50 nose and we go into the fourth hole of the third quad bow, and now we get 4 50 nose, 4 gold 50 nose, 1 turquoise, and 4 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we've gone down here. Okay, so you see where we are now. So now we're going to go up and just keep going backwards until we get to this hole again. So we'll pick up 3 50 nose, go up through the third hole of the fourth quad bow. Here is it here that I pick up? That's a good question. Yes, it's here that I pick up the 4. Okay, all right then. Let's go through this. So we have 3 gold. We go through the 3rd hole of the 4th quad bow, and we go through, no, let me see if it was the 3rd or the 4th. Yes, it's the 3rd. Yes. Okay. So here we have the 3rd hole of the 4th quad bow, and we go through 3. If I can get them. 3 50-no's. 3 gold 50-no's that are coming out of that 3rd hole. So we pull that tight. We do 4 turquoise 50-no's. If you do everything the same color, then it's even easier. So here we are. We got that in, and then we take 4 more, and I think my vertigo is back, but I'll just push through and finish it. So now we go through the 3 holes. You want to push this 50-no's aside. Okay, so this is where we're putting our needle. Okay, is it? I hope that's clear. Okay, so there we are. We did. Of course, I made a mistake. Yeah, four is way too many. I don't know why I did that. So let's just go back. Okay. Well, at least my conscience is clear and I don't charge for these tutorials, because yeah, for me to start charging for tutorials, they'll need to be much better quality than this. So let's go back. It's 3 turquoise. We go through 3 gold, we pick up 3 turquoise, we go through the 1 turquoise in the middle, and then we have 3 more turquoise. All right, I'm gonna need to straighten out my needle. So once again, my nylon jaw pliers. Okay, and it's like new again. It really is worth it getting some nylon jaw pliers for straightening out needles, especially if you have needles that are of good quality but they bend, because you don't want to throw them away just because the shape got distorted too much. Right, let's get back to it. Okay, let's see. So we came out from the 3rd hole of the 4th quad bow. We went through 3 gold 50-no's. Now we are picking up 3 turquoise beads. Some people, like Stephanie from Bronze Pony, my goodness, she makes it look easy. I don't know. Either it is easy for some people, or they spend a lot of time preparing and organizing for these things, and I don't have that much time to be like spending preparing these tutorials. Got way too much stuff to do around the house. So right, ta-da! We got there. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we got there, but we got there. Yes. So here we put 3 turquoise 15-0s. We went through the middle bead, or the one turquoise 15-0 that we had here. Then we picked up 3 more, and we went through 3 gold ones that lead towards the 3rd hole of the 3rd quad bow. Now we want to pick up 2 15-0s, okay? So around these we pick up 3, see, to fill them in. That's a nice trick to fill in the quad bows. It's 3 15-0s, and in the middle it's 2. So it's it's a total of 8 15-0s that fills that inner curve of the quad bow very nicely. You'll see it. It doesn't look very tidy at the moment, but we'll get there. Yes. And now we go through the 2nd hole. Well, I went through the first 15-0 there. So 2nd hole of the 3rd quad bow. So we keep going down, and we want to go all the way down, all the way through all these 15-0s, through silky, and then down through the 2nd hole of the 4th quad bow. Okay. By the way, if I get confused in my instructions and I start talking some nonsense, then trust what my hands are doing and not what my mouth is saying. Okay, right. So went through. Now I want to go through all these. Right, I'm gonna have to go off camera here, and it's not easy. It's starting to get tight around the beads. So right, okay. So just to repeat, what we did here is we went all the way through the 2nd hole of the 3rd quad bow, down all through these 15-0s, 5 15-0s, then the silky, this hole, and then 5 15-0s, and coming out at the bottom of the 2nd hole of the 4th quad bow. Now, guess how many 15-0s we need here? 3. Yes. So we have 3 here, 2, we need 3 more. And then we go up. And guess what we do here? We pick up 3 15-0s. I mean, gold or whatever color you want to choose, up to you. So we go through 3 here. We're coming out here. Now, what we want to do is we want to pick up 5 15-0s. So 5 15-0s. 1, 2, 3. Did I not pick up 15-0 at this point? Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Let's do 5 15-0s. So 5 15-0s, we go through the dagger. We pick up another 5 15-0s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we go back through the first hole of the 4th quad bow. And we go through that 1 15-0 that's up here, because we want to make that picot again. So we'll go through 1 15-0, and then we'll go through the, so we skip 1 and we go through that one, and we go back straight out. If I can get my needle in there. Okay, then we tighten this, and then we pick up 3 50 nose. 1, 2, 3. Pick up 3 50 nose, and we go up all these like we did before. We go up through all the 50 nose, through the silky, and through all the 50 nose on the other side. We need to go up again. Sometimes you need to push the 50 nose out of the way to get the needle through, or you can always just go back through the 50 nose that you accidentally went through. Right, now we pick 2 50 nose, and we go down into the second hole of the we go down into the second hole of the second quad bow. We go through 3 50 nose, maybe I should start making picture tutorials. These seem much easier. Right, we pick up 3 of our turquoise 50 nose, go through the middle turquoise there, we pick up 3 more, 3, and we go through the 3 50 nose right before the second, these 3 50 nose right before the second hole of the first quad bow. Yes, I can do it. You can do it. You can do it. So easy to forget sometimes that I'm actually filming. Right, look at that. Our threads, they have almost met now. Okay, so initially I was going to attach this earring through the I was going to attach it with jump ring, and then I thought, no, I'm just going to do the beaded loop, which I learned how to do from Beading School Academy. It's a really cool trick. You need to go to their website and go to the blog section. They've got really nice tutorials and little tips and tricks on how to do all sorts of various things. I mean, they have an amazing YouTube channel too. So, right. So then I'm going back through the first hole. I picked up 3 50 nose and I'm going back through the first hole. Okay, so there we are. So our earring is almost complete, right? So now what we need to do is we need to tighten everything all around, and then we'll tie off. Do not tie the knot yet, because we're gonna have to come back here. Let me see if I'm still in the frame here. Okay, stay. So let's now go up. We're going up our initial thread path. So we're going through all these 50 nose on the left side once again. Oh, I didn't do those loops. No, okay. I'm sorry, not yet. Okay, so coming out of the first quad bow, first hole of the first quad bow, we go through the first 50 that's right here, the very first 50 that we picked when we started beading. Okay, we go through that. We have an additional step here to stabilize the whole thing. Wonder if my view is stabilized. Okay, right. So we are coming out of the first 50 outside the first hole of the first quad bow. Then we pick up 2. Right, I'm just going to check because I don't want to go back. Yes, we pick up 2 50 2 gold 50 and turn it sideways. We skip this one, this 150 that's just outside of the second hole of first quad bow, and then we go through all these $50. Again, we go through the silky, go through 50 the silky, and then on the other side of silky, now we want to go through these 4 50 So that's what we're gonna do now. Go through these 4 50 How did I almost forget that step? Okay. So here we are, we tighten. So we just added these 2 50 and now we add 2 more 50 So we stopped, the thread is coming out just before the 1 50 right next to the quad bow, okay? And then we go into this 1 50 and into the first hole of the second quad bow, okay? Yes. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. Ta-da! This, you see, these 2 that we inserted here, they complete this little bow shape that's here also, which is nice. And now we are going through all these 50 all these 50 just going through them, just going through all of them. Until we come out right at the very top there. Okay, so that's my coming out of the top. Now I'm going to attach it. I'll post a link. I'll post a link to where you can see how to attach, because this part I think I've not been authorized to teach it, but either way, I have 4 beads on either side of this earring post, but you're welcome to put 5 or more. It depends on how wide your ring is. So I need to, right, I'm gonna have to do this off the screen since it's not my technique, but I'll do this faster. Without, right, so if we do 1 2 3 4, so I have a total of 8 50 beads in a loop. Okay, it's a really cool technique that keeps your beads aligned, and I'll post a link under this video to show you, so you get those instructions yourself. And you can learn it also from their videos. They have lots of wonderful videos. Wonderful, wonderful. So here we are. I made my loop. Now let me make sure that I'm going through the right side of it. Yep. Okay, and then, so once we've attached the earring post, we just keep going through the following beads. So just keep going in the all around the contour of the earring through all these 50 knots. I really should get back to the frame. Okay, right. So here we are. I am back here, right? So we keep going through all these 50 knots. So yes, the videos I'd recommend watching if you want to learn to make your own videos is Stephanie, but mind you, it's so much easier to watch other people do this than to do it yourself. Right, what are we doing here? So we went through all these 50 knots on top of the earring, okay? We attached the loop. You can do it any which way you want. Now we're going through the fourth hole of the third quad bow, and we're going through the 50 knot that's just outside of it, okay? Now we pick up, yes, yeah, 2. Yes, 2. And then we go through these 4 50 knots. Maybe it's easier to go through 3 of them at first. So there we are. I went through 2 of them. And then we go through 50 knot silky, and we need to get through these 4 50 knots and come out before the 50 knot right next to the quad bow. So once again I have to come out of the frame. It's getting pretty tight at this point. I mean, it really helps having size 12 needle. You might have less trouble if you are using 4-pound instead of 6-pound fire line. So now we need to get through these 3 50 knots. Okay, let me orientate it correctly for you. So this is where we are now. And then we have 2 more 50 knots that we pick up, and we go through this last 50 knot, the last hole of the last quad bow. And we're almost there. So it's, I mean, it really is an easy design. It's just because I'm fuffing around so much that it looks like it's harder. Plus, with filming, you try to think of the right words. I'll complete this and the following two tutorials that I promised, and either I'll get better I'll get better at it, or might leave it. So here we are. Now we need to go through these 50. No, please work. Okay, here we are. Now that's going better now. Okay, need to go through all these 50 nodes around the bottom of the earring. So this, just to give you an idea, this is where I'm at now. And I need to get all the way to that initial tail thread or thread tail. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I actually did it. I mean, filmed doing this. So it's believe me, it's gonna be way easier. You doing this off camera will be way easier. So right at this point, so here we are, we have our two earrings. So now at this point, what I did with the other earring is I took the ends and I tied one knot, one single, you tie, and then you go through the loop once and twice, and that's gonna be the second knot. I'll show whoever's interested. I mean, they're basically made now, so if you no longer want to keep watching how I fixate and burn off the ends, then you're welcome to log off. And here we are. You have the earrings, which are with my posts, they are 2.5 inches. So they're pretty substantial, but they are so light and they're so nice to wear. All right. Well, it's bye to all who can weave in their ends by themselves. And if you want to stay with me, you're welcome. I'm going to weave in the ends. Right. So we still with the thread, the needle thread, not the initial tail. We keep going after we've done our knots. We keep going in a circle. We go through the first quad bow. Let me orientate it. Okay. We pull rather tightly there. We go through all the 50 nodes, just going up. Okay. Go up. And up through the 50 nodes. And then we won't come out just before the quad bow. This is where I make my knot, which will get hidden. So we put the needle right there. Okay, the thread, let me see if I can show this well. Okay, so the needle is coming out of this last 50 node right before the quad bow. Now what we do is we do 1, 2, 3. Okay, we do 3 tight loops, and then we pull our thread very, very tightly, and then we go through that hole in the quad bow. We go through that hole in the quad bow, and we pull it tightly. Yes, and that's the last knot that we need to do with this. So we just go through all these 50 knots one more time. Oh, let me take a seat. I can only go through 2 at a time, but you know, take your time. Anyway, this is beading, it's not a race. Oh, did I get? No. Okay, right, so I went through all these here, and then I'll go up through 2 more right here, and there I'll be fine to burn off the thread. Okay, well, what I do first is I take big scissors, because these scissors are the only ones that cut fire line well. So now we have a tiny bit of thread coming through there. Wonder if you can see it. Yes, see that little bit of thread. I'm going to take our burner. If you have, you know, you can just cut it very, very closely. You don't need to have a burner. Okay, and then there we are. That end is put away. Now I need to take my needle off. So you see, with 40 inches you get plenty. You get really plenty of thread. You could have done probably even 35 inches, although you might have fought with the thread ends. So I mean, I like to go with the thread a little bit longer. So now the trick for putting a 6-pound fire line into a size 12 color eye is if you take the tip of the thread and you squash it, you make it like really, really flat. Okay, and then you can thread it in. Except my needle eye is blocked up with wax. Yeah, I wax even fire lines, so I wax all my thread. I have like some basic beeswax. So if you flatten it on metal against metal, that's even better. So here, for example, I flattened it on with the bead scoop on my ruler. It's very, very nice flat end. Now we try, okay, I'll try to keep this in camera while I do this. Okay, let's go through. Yes, it went through. So there we are. And now this is our other end, right? So once again, we're going through all these 50 knots, okay? I now managed to do it with the first earring, so I know it can be done with the 6-pound fire line. I'm sure it would be, well, I don't know how much easier it would be with the 4-pound fire line, because I actually don't have any. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get right up right up to the dagger bead. I do the same thing, 1, 2, 3, holding the needle tightly, and pull tightly on that knot, and then when I go through the hole of the dagger bead, it's just going to go right into it. Okay, good. Then you just keep going to the end of the 15-0 line, and I think at this point your earrings should be as close to what indestructible jewelry is as they can be. Okay, right then, so we take, again I do scissors, I leave a little thread tail, I heat up my burner, then I just like seal it up nicely, and that's not going anywhere anytime soon. Right now, see how this earring is flat and this one is, it's almost flat, but we can do things to, if we straighten out our chevron lines and the lines that lead to the silky, then the beads will pop into place, and then you have a beautiful straight earring. Right, so just to tell you what I did is I pushed them here to align, I pushed them here to align, here and here, and now they should stay like that. And then here we aligned the kind of the edges of quad bows, and we wanted to straighten out our little chevron ends, and here we are. Oh, I really hope Nazira likes these. So, yes. I think the reason the picots here are sticking out a bit more than there, I think because I pulled the thread a bit tighter, but I mean overall it's pretty much the same look, but yeah, I did over tighten it on that one. Yeah, so just watch your tension, but it should all be, they'll still look the same. So all right, well, thank you for joining me, and I'm gonna go and upload it now. It turned out to be way longer than I thought, but then I made a few mistakes. So I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible with Alicia. Where are they? With Alicia and Valeria. Yes, there's Alicia and there's Valeria. This one's my son's favorite. He thinks it's the most awesome thing I ever made. So there we are. So we'll look forward to all these. Have a lovely day and see you soon. Bye.